Hello all, welcome back to the another lecture. In the previous playlist, we have seen the MATLAB simulation for DC to DC converter where we have employed the analog control. Now, what I said that from analog control we will switch to the digital control. Why digital control? Because digital control is more popular and it is robust. So, my name is Ashish, and this is the first lecture in the new playlist of MATLAB simulation in digital domain for DC to DC converter. So, in this particular lecture, we will see the difference between the digital control and analog control. What is the difference? What are the advantages of digital control? What are the disadvantages of digital control? Everything we will discuss here. So, let's get started with this. You know what is analog signal and what is digital signal. So what is analog signal? Which is continuous in time, right? So we will not lose any information. If any particular signal is coming, we will catch everything because it is continuous in nature. And on the other hand, what is digital signal? Digital signal is a discrete signal. So what is discrete signal? Basically, depend on our sampling rate, we will get the information. If too high sampling is there, then we will have look like this. I have this data available, I have this data available, I have this data available. So in this way, I have a discrete data available, and these data are available based on my sampling frequency. So sampling frequency is a key in a digital circuit. So I hope so. What is analog, what is digital, you know. Now we will switch to the architecture, like how exactly we will implement digital control. Now you see this particular one block diagram. Now this is a basic control block diagram, that is we have our plant available G, and one of the controller we have put up here, and we have taking the feedback and giving here, right? So this is a basic control system block diagram. Now what we have added, if it is analog control, what we have? So let us first discuss our analog control. If it is analog control, my reference should be analog, right? After that, I don't need all these things, ADC and all. I don't need this thing, I don't need this thing, right? And I have need only the processor. If my system is analog, that time I don't need sampler, analog to digital controller, digital to analog controller. What I need my reference, and whatever the output coming through this feedback is my actual signal. So reference minus actual passing through one processor or controller, giving to the plant. That's it, right? So this is how our basic structure will look like. Now what we have done, we have added one control. We have make it as digital system. So when we make it as a digital system, we have to add a few more things. Initially we have to add the sampler. What is sampler? So sampler is the thing. So initially whatever the sample, basically reference minus actual I am getting, I have to sample it in a discrete domain. So I need a sampler. Then that sample data error signal I have to give to analog to digital converter. So it will basically digitalize it. Then I have a digital signal available here. What is digital signal? Digital signal is a combination of 1 and zeros. Okay. Then it will be processed in a digital controller. Then I am giving it again to the digital to analog controller. So I need digital to analog controller because my plant need the requirement of the analog signal. My plant don't understand 1 and 0. He needs some actual input like 5 volt, 10 volt, whatever the desired input requirement, that is in analog domain. So I need a digital to analog controller. So these few more things we have to add while doing the simulations now, right? So this thing you keep in your mind. We have to add sampler, we have to add analog to digital controller, we have to add digital to analog controller. So these things are required to us now. Okay. And one more thing is, I directly here, if I am using a sampler here, then that is fine. But if my feedback signal is if here another one analog to digital controller is there, ADC is there, so what will happen? Then that time I have to give my reference as a basically digital signal. So while giving the reference also I have to convert it to ADC, then I will give, then this is also digital and this is also digital, and then we will passing through here. So these all thing we have to do. So we will see in a simulation that how exactly it is. So I hope so you have getting some basic idea that okay, so this a few more number of things we need while doing the simulation and actual hardware also. Now we will go further with this. You understood, I guess, up to this particular point. Now we will move forward. So now what are the advantages of the digital control? So basically digital control, if we implement it, is less susceptible to aging and environmental variation. So everything is there inside a one single controller. So if we are using inside a single controller, it is just a name of it is just a game of numbers. So just change the number and that's it, we don't have to do anything, right? So that is why it is basically, these are not the physical, basically only the chip is a physical component, but apart from this there is no physical as such. So only thing is a coding and algorithm we have to write. Second thing is they are less susceptible to noise. So basically noise is very less, it is less susceptible to noise which is produced by environment or a component itself. Changing a controller does not require an alternative in the hardware, easily reprogrammable. In the last video I have said you that how we have implement the PI controller. So PI controller is my how we have implemented. So I have told you in last class that put one resistance here, one capacitance here, that is my PI controller. So if I am using my analog controller, I have to make the arrangement like this, take the one comparator op amp and this is my PI controller, right? So but what is the issue with this? Once we have fixed the value of R and C, we cannot change it. If I want to change my controller, I have to change this R value physically and C value physically, which is not always possible, right? So this is the drawback of the my analog controller. If I have my digital controller available, I can program in such a way that it will automatically change. If I need the KP value 5, it will be at 5. If I need the KP value as 10 of my PI controller, it will automatically change. Or if I want, if when I am running the simulation or hardware, I can program it. I don't have to put this physical component as a controller. So I can change it. So this is the luxury we have. Then basically they provide the improved sensitivity to parameter variation. Same thing, this is the same thing. If my parameter change, I can basically put the lookup table. So how lookup table will work? So some input voltage I have, some output requirement I have. So if I change my input and my output requirement change, so I can select the parameter value accordingly through the one lookup table. So I will see what is my input, what is my output, and accordingly I will change my parameter. So this is another luxury we have when we are in a digital controller. So till this point I guess everything is clear. So there are some other advantages flexibility and versatility, then precision and stability. Digital control is very stable once you program it. You just need to have efficient while programming and doing the controller properly. Once you have done, your controller is very robust and stable. Then integration and cost. So basically if you see the chip, basically the hardware controller cost is basically more, but once you have taken it and used it, so it is basically very effective. And you can see that on the larger scale this cost optimization is also there if you go for the digital controller. Then complex algorithm, sometime using simple PI controller we cannot control our system, right? We just taking the feedback and all. So sometimes we need basically a luxury like a lookup table and complex algorithm implementation. So that we will get in the digital controller. So that is why digital controller is very popular. But everything is not always basically have always odd advantages. It some has basically disadvantages. So what are those disadvantages we will see. So drawback or disadvantages of digital controller compared to analog controllers. First one is a sampling and quantization. So basically, I have already told you we need the sampling and quantization. ADC, DAC, we have sampler. So sampling and quantization is important in the digital control. But if you have not keep the sampling frequency properly, or if you have not quantized your system properly, then discretization error will occur and this will collapse your system. So we have to be very precise while designing the digital controller. It is a key. Sampling and quantization is the key when you go for the digital control implementation. So there are various things we have to taken into the account. We will learn all these things in the later video, that how we have choose the sampling, how quantization we will do and all. So we have to avoid the discretization error. Second thing is computational delay. So what is computational delay? We have ADCs, we have sampler, right? So all these things have some computational type. It is not like if I give the input, I will directly get the output, right? So it will take some time to compute, to response, to give the response, right? So ADC, DAC and other things have computational delay. That is why digital controller a bit slow, I would say, right? Then power consumption, this is another thing, because I am using the IC, I am using the ADC, DAC, this will consume the more power. Okay, so power consumption is another drawback of the digital controller. And speed of the response, I have already told you. So why the speed of the response? Because the computational delay time. In analog there is no computational delay. Why? Because everything is fixed, R is fixed, C is fixed, my loop is fixed. So it will take the input and as quickly as possible it will give the output in analog domain. But in digital domain, once it receive the signal, it will see what actually in form of 10, it will see what I am receiving, then it will compute and then it will give the response. So that is why some delay is there and speed of the digital control is less. But if you learn how to implement the digital control, it is a versatile and basically it will done your work very repetitively. You don't have to put so many things in one single IC. Using one single controller you will do everything. So just only thing is that you have to very efficiently do the design of the controller for the digital domain. So I hope so till this particular point everything is clear. So what are the advantages of digital controller, what is the drawback of the digital controller, you have learned. So one more thing are there, that there are different architecture of digital control to implement. So I will discuss that architecture in later video. Like basically there is a fully digital control, so we can completely digitalize, or there are the mixed signal digital control, where we can basically digitalize few things and we will keep few things in analog domain. So these are the two architecture available, fully digitalization and mixed signal digitalization. So we will see this thing in the later video when we will do the simulation. That time I will cover in a theory that how these two things are there. So till this point I hope so everything is clear. So thanks for watching. I hope so you have learned something about analog domain, analog control, digital control, and what are the advantages of analog and digital control, everything, and what are the mixed signal digital control and fully digital control. So just keep this word in your mind. In the next lecture we will start with the voltage mode control of the buck converter. So till that point, thank you, thanks.